Hi folks, this is John Cap, and I've created this video to show some very odd and frustrating and really concerning software bugs that are evidently very clearly existing with Adobe Captivate 2019 for Mac. I've done a few things in this video which are a little different than what you typically see, but I have reasons for those and I'm going to explain them right now. Number one, I want to make sure to make it very clear this is not a hardware issue. I am showing all of this on the same 27-inch iMac computer purchased in late 2015. I'm showing, therefore, everything that you're going to see in this video is literally, obviously, the same computer. So the same RAM, same operating system, same amount of memory. And I'm going to demonstrate two different products from the same company, Adobe. Product number one that I'm going to show is Photoshop CC. Then I'm going to go from Photoshop CC directly to Adobe Captivate 2019 for Mac. And we're going to, I hope, very clearly notice the difference, stark difference in performance and what should very evidently and clearly show as software bugs that exist in Adobe Captivate 2019 for Mac, which please, Adobe, have to be fixed quickly for us as e-learning users that really love and have put our trust in your company. We need you to step in and get your programmers to work swiftly to fix these problems for us who have purchased the program. I'm a full and complete purchased user of 2019 Captivate for Mac. I've purchased the program under student rate because I am currently a graduate student, and I basically put all my trust in Adobe to purchase Captivate to use to create my thesis project, which needs to be completed in order for me to receive my master's degree. I'm still working on my thesis, but this project is a big part of it, and Captivate was going to be the platform that I was going to use to create this e-learning final project for my master's. And right now it's in serious jeopardy. Folks at Adobe, please take a look at this video, and this hopefully should clearly demonstrate and maybe give some leads as to what these bugs are, where they exist in the coding, and how this can be fixed swiftly for Captivate users. Here we go. And last but not least, why did I create this video with a camera on a tripod aimed at the screen? Because I wanted to also make sure to definitively rule out that the problems you're going to see in this brief video are not any caused by something, say, like Screencast-O-Matic or any other screen capture software. This is quite literally a physical Canon camera on a tripod with a lens aimed straight at the screen, just like the human eye, so you can very clearly see what's happening. And hopefully this will help out the programmers of Adobe. I have obviously no guarantee anyone from Adobe will ever watch this video, but I'm really hopeful at least somebody does, so that they can get some clues of what Mac users are experiencing with this program and can get their crew to work to fix these bugs really quickly to help us users. Thank you. Here's the video. My iMac is here on display for all to see. This is a 27-inch iMac late 2015 model. I'm willing to go ahead and even put on screen about this Mac, and I'll go ahead and show memory here, and let's see, overview and storage. I still have 373.93 gigabytes available of 1.02 terabytes. So I'll zoom in as much as I can, just showing, yeah, there's some stuff saved on here, but I don't have, the computer's not maxed out in terms of what's stored here. I don't think it's maxed out in all in terms of RAM. And I'm going to open Photoshop CC version 20.0.4. So let's open it, and we're going to just see first the speed of the program opening. You saw the double click there, and hopefully you can hear the sound. So program's opening up, and I'm going to open a new project. And I'm going to try to display, and I'm going to just zoom in a little more. Again, this is not using Screencast-O-Matic. This is a camera pointed at the computer screen, just making sure that it's clear that this is not some sort of screen capture issue that's making what you'll see on Captivate. But just for contrast, I want to show Photoshop. So Photoshop has opened up. You can see some previous projects here. And I'm going to go ahead and just say create new. And we're going to go ahead and do HD TV 1080p for our project, and select create. Get 1 moment of spinning wheel, and there it is. Let's go ahead and say view. We'll turn off extras, and I'm going to do something real simple here, very simple, kind of blunt and fast Photoshop project. So let's go ahead and start off with background, and I'm going to take this photo of Vasquez Rocks, California. I've dragged it on the screen for background, and you can see that's our turnaround time there for how quickly that came on screen. So yeah, there was a little bit of thinking involved, but not too much. I'm going to go ahead and move this square across the screen, and you can kind of see 1, 2, 3. It's pretty much moving in kind of human movements, making circles, zooming back and forth. It's pretty much what's on screen is keeping up with the movements of the mouse. Dragging to resize, moving again, and let's go ahead and say enter. And with our spinning wheel for just a moment or so, there's our layer. I'm going to create a new layer. Let's back up so you guys can see here again. Just real quick, create new layer. Boom, there's another layer. We're going to drag in a picture of Billy the Bronco, the famous mascot of Cal Poly Pomona. Here he goes. A second layer is being dropped right on screen, and boom, there it is. The computer did not have to do too much advanced thinking there. And we're going to do a few more standard things of Photoshop. So we're going to click to accept that layer. We want a layer mask. And let's go ahead, and we've chosen that. And I want to show one thing real quick, and I'm going to zoom out so you can see, just for, because this will be important in a moment. This is the speed at which Photoshop's window can be moved around on the Mac screen. 1, 2, 3, 4. You know, this is, yeah, you're probably seeing a little bit of flickering with the camera, but this is human speed. And I don't know if I need to even put my hand up on the screen so you can see. It's pretty much, and we've got some skipping because the mouse padded, but I just want to see human movement to screen movement. And we're now with our layer mask. We're just going to select that lasso tool, and let's just go ahead and put Billy Bronco into Vasquez Rocks Park having fun. Here we go. I'm just selecting. Screen's not slowing down too much. Just cutting out Billy the Bronco here. Real blunt and fast version. Not going to get into the magic wand tool here. I just want to be real quick cutout of Billy jumping in the air, because he's going to graduate. Alright, again, mouse moving relatively normal speed, selecting paintbrush tool. We got paintbrush tool pretty big here. I'm going to say select inverse, and let's remove. And as you see, you guys are seeing in real time, I'm erasing the background on the layer mask to put Billy the Bronco here in Vasquez Rocks. And I'm going to go back and select the Billy layer. We'll go ahead and rasterize the layer. I'm going to say yes. Instant. No lag time. Did it right away. And here's Billy the Bronco moving around on the screen. It can reposition, so on and so forth. Here's our Captivate 2019 window, and I'm going to create a new project. So I'm going to click new. I've actually just clicked new, and here we go. As you can see, responsive project, select. Creating objects, got spinning wheel, but you know, it's creating a new project. You could expect that to be okay. So I want to show as soon, it's still thinking as it loads theme objects here. Again, we're going to just do compare and contrast to the speed of Photoshop, also from Adobe. Let's go ahead, and the first thing I want to show, which is why I think this is a software issue and not a hardware issue, is I want to show the speed of the window and how the window moves across the screen. What I'm going to do, I'm going to hold up a binder. I'm going to put the mouse pad on it. I'm going to put the Mac Magic Mouse right in front, and I'm going to show the movement of the window for Adobe Captivate. So I'm sliding, chop, 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 chop. Not sure why this is happening. You can see the movement of the mouse and the sort of sputtering movement of the window. Trying to move my hand as smoothly as I can to display this. Chop, 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 and I am not moving my hand chop, 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 as you all can see. So I just want to display that. That's one of the notable issues that is odd with Captivate right off the bat, Captivate 2019 for Mac. I'm going to go ahead and continue just showing a few things that are interestingly slow with Captivate, and I'm going to zoom in now more, so we're going to just look right at our workspace. So I'm going to create fluid boxes. Now let me zoom out to make sure you can see the tools. So I'm going to go ahead and start making 2 horizontal fluid boxes, and or 3. Let's make 3. Now that happened relatively quickly. So we're in fluid box 2 right now, and I am going to create a shape. You saw the menu open very quickly, but let's create a shape which is a pretty standard shape for buttons. Alright, ready? And now we're going to zoom in. Make sure we're in focus here. So I want to create a button in Adobe Captivate 2019 for Mac. Dragged. You can see the speed of the cursor and the speed that Captivate responds. Cursor in, boom, response. Cursor down, boom, response. Cursor down again, boom, response. So there is nothing remotely close to what we saw on Photoshop in terms of any kind of real-time movement. There is our button. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to go over here to properties, and I'm going to say let's make it a button. So properties menu open pretty quickly. Use as button, so click. That was fairly instantaneous. It's now using as button. So now this is the issue. I want to put some text into this button. Now normally nobody would put a lot of text on a button, but I'm going to put click this button to go to screen number 1. Let's put a really standard, straightforward, typical type of e-learning thing that would be something on a button. Or let's even put, click here. Yeah, click here to go to screen number 1. Let's get ready. Double click. Okay. This is our display of text. And this is extreme. This has been noted. You're going to hear the sound of me typing, and you're going to see the speed that the text goes on screen. And I'm going to just kind of talk it out loud as I type. Click this button to go to screen number 1. I have stopped typing already, folks. Okay, let's go ahead, leave that, and let's go to Fluid Box 2. And let's put a standard text caption. Type the caption text here. And sorry, this is as zoomed in as I can get it, but I think it's pretty clear what you can see on screen. Here we go. I'm going to type some text here. Hi folks, welcome to this standard demonstration of the speed of Adobe Captivate 2019 for Mac computers. We can see that it is a concern, the slow response of the system, period. Probably some typos there, but just take a look. You've noticed, folks, I've stopped typing. My hands are nowhere near the keyboard. Characters are still filling themselves on screen. And now the text is done. So again, if I go back into Photoshop and I can show you the speed of text, you're seeing the same Mac computer from the same user. So let's change the, let's zoom out so we can see what we're doing. Let's change the font in our button. Maybe we want a new font. Here, I'm going to select text. Okay, cursor has changed to a selection tool. Ready? Drag cursor across text. That's the speed of that. Let's change our text to typo round. Here we go. Now let's make something noticeable. Let's go with sign painter text. Ready? Click. That's pretty fast. So this is interesting. Some things with Captivate, as you're seeing on this demo, do change quickly, and again, I'll go into Fluid Box 4, we'll do one more. Let's add another shape. Let's put an arrow. You can see mouse moving on screen and create arrow. Now, let's say position properties, maintain aspect ratio. Okay. I'm gonna resize this arrow. Ready? You can see me drag it on screen. Resize. Let go of mouse and wait. Nothing. There. The second time it reacted. Okay. Cursor has changed to up and down arrow and drag again. Okay, so hopefully you're hearing the sound of me clicking the mouse and you're seeing the reaction time. Smaller. Nothing. It was too fast for Captivate. Let's try it more slowly. Click and drag. Sputter, 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 sputter. Stop. Now, rotate seems to be fast with Captivate 2019. I'm not sure why rotate would be. I'm sure rotate is probably a less common tool than resize, for example, but rotate seems to activate fairly quickly. You can see how fast Captivate's reacting there. And finally, another important thing I'm going to show last but not least, just to show again the concerns with the Captivate 2019 for Mac. Let's go ahead and check our responsive design. We want to see, well, how will this awesome design here, how will this look on an iPhone or any sort of phone? Here we go. Well, let's make it a standard sort of phone, and let's see. Sputter, 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 sputter. I've already dragged to here. It's trying to keep up. And there. So I don't think this is what people normally would experience with Captivate. I don't think Captivate would be as popular of a program as it is with the e-learning community if this worked this way for all users. So just us folks who have purchased Captivate in the year 2019 using the Mac operating system. And last but not least, let's go ahead and I'm just going to show what operating system am I using. Let's go here. About this Mac. This is Mac Mojave version 10.14.3. Again, built-in Retina display, 27-inch. AMD Radeon R9 M9 390 2048 megabyte graphics. Folks, thank you. That's my demo of what's going on with Adobe Captivate 2019 for Mac. Thank you for viewing. I'm hoping that this at least gave some sort of insight or clues as to these concerns with the performance. As you can imagine, someone trying to create an entire e-learning module with those type of issues happening on every single slide, uh, it would render a really awesome, potential awesome product to be unusable. And can't continue. Adobe users need help. We need Adobe's programmers to jump in and find out what's wrong with the coding or other items related to Adobe Captivate 2019 for Mac, other Adobe products. In my life experience with the company and your amazing products you've created, there's something wrong. This is not a hardware issue. This is an issue with Captivate. Please fix it swiftly for us users. Thank you, Adobe, and thank you, viewers. Hope this was a helpful demonstration in some way. Thanks.